I've nearly finalised all the products that we're going to have for the following Christmas, so I've almost forgotten about this Christmas and I'm concentrating on the next one. Hi, my name's Dan Cooper. I'm the buyer for Christmas, gift food and hampers at John Lewis, and today I'm going to give you a bit of an insight into how to use tinsel in your home with one of our new Tinsel-Torials. And one of the ways, of course, you can use tinsel is as a garland on your Christmas tree, but we've used lots of matte foils and things to give it a much more sophisticated look. So we've got a really beautiful gold oak leaf tinsel which looks really nice. I'd always tuck it right into the tree so it's not sitting around the edges of the tree. It'll look really neat and tidy, much more sophisticated than the tinsel of old. But if you like that more blingy, sparkly look, there's lots of ways to use tinsel in the home. You can use it as a tie back for your curtains, why not? It looks brilliant draped over a mirror or over a mantelpiece, or you can just snake it down the middle of your dining table and it'll look really fabulous. Slightly more modern take on using tinsel is to actually get a really nice big glass vase or a hurricane lamp. Put a battery operated pillar candle in, and then once you've got your candle in position, swirl a really nice big chunky tinsel around the base of the candle. The candle's going to throw off a lovely light, it's going to make that tinsel sparkle, and it'll be a really nice thing to either put on a side table. If you've got a big enough hurricane lamp, it could look great just standing on the floor. I got the nickname Mr. Christmas, I think, just because I've been involved in Christmas at John Lewis for so long, and I sort of get around so much at this time of year that I think it's just easier to call me Mr. Christmas, but I don't mind. If your Christmas tree has dropped all its needles, of course you could use a lovely green lustrous tinsel, weave that in and out of the branches, or you could go for the whole Charlie Brown look and hang that one solitary bauble on the remaining branches and go for a really minimalist look. But in an ideal world, if your Christmas tree really has dropped all its needles before Christmas, either whip out an artificial one or get yourself a lovely new non-drop Christmas tree. A few fail-safe tips for if you're not confident about dressing your Christmas tree. First of all, I'd recommend not just throwing everything at it. You know, that will give you a lovely sort of nostalgic family feeling, and I've nothing against that. But if you want to create a stylish tree, I would really limit yourself to maybe 3 colours, one of those being a metallic colour, and just stick with those. I would always recommend buying 6, 8 or 12 of the same decoration, because even though you may not see it, by putting multiples of the same decoration on the tree, you create a rhythm which the eye will understand. I'd also recommend dressing your decorations right into the tree, by which I mean not just hanging them all on the outer tips of the tree, and also to make sure you dress round the back. Because again, whilst you might not see all of those decorations, it creates a great sense of depth in your tree, and the whole thing will look an awful lot better as a result. So the order that you should decorate your tree in, well, it's a bit of a matter of personal taste, but definitely you have got to put the lights on after you've set up the tree. So whether it's an artificial or a real one, put the lights on first. Now, it's the same as with decorations, always dress the lights right into the tree, because actually where you want the light is at the heart of the tree. I would then put in things like sprays or stems, by which I mean the sort of lengths of foliage and flowers. I would poke those right into the heart of the tree and then put your baubles on. So I would always suggest putting what I call foundation baubles on, which is your plainer ones, putting plenty of those onto the tree. They will give you the colour on your Christmas tree. And then I guess all of us have our favourite tree decorations, special tree decorations, or the ones that we've bought just that season. And I would make sure that those are hung like in a really prominent position so that all your friends and family can admire them. The only thing not to do is create the dreaded tide line around the tree where you hang them all on at the same height around the tree. So make sure that you intersperse them amongst the plain ones and you'll get a really professional look. Trends in baubles. If you look at our top 10, a lot of them are animals. People love all the quirky animal decorations. We've seen flamingos being big. This year it's been all about unicorns and llamas. So planning for Christmas at John Lewis, we start about 22 months before the next Christmas. So we started planning Christmas 2018 in February 2017. So I have 3 Christmas trees and no room really goes untouched when it comes to Christmas. I actually start somewhere around the beginning of November. I get all my decorations sorted out. If I'm going to buy any new ones, I get them then. And then my first weekend of decorating will probably be the 3rd weekend in November, which I'll put my first tree up. And then I'll put one up per weekend until I get to the last weekend before Christmas, which is when the real Christmas tree comes in. I never get my real tree any sooner than that because I like it to look really fresh. And this year I'm having a Fraser fir tree, which has got a really lovely lemony citrusy scent. But no, it doesn't tarnish it for me working in it all the time. I get so many ideas. I'm surrounded by so many creative individuals that are all interested in it. It's a peak time for John Lewis, so it's an exciting time, an exciting product area to be involved in. So I've never tired of it in the whole 22 years I've worked for John Lewis, and hopefully I won't tire of it until I get to retire.